Hey, what's good, y'all? Thanks for checking me out. Well, today I'll be talking about The Mandalorian, Season 2, Episode 1. If this is your first time checking me out, I would like to tell you thank you, but how I do things on this channel is I basically give you a breakdown of what happened. I do spoil some things in this episode, you can't really help it, but I don't go into every minute detail and Easter egg. I'll let you see some things for yourself. All right, so in season 2, episode 1, we open up with the Mandalorian. He's looking for a lost Mandalorian that he hopes can give him information about all the other covert bases they have. He's hoping that if he travels through these covert bases, he can make his way to deliver the baby Yoda without being seen or interfered with from the outside world. So while he's on this random planet, he come across this guy named Gor Koresh. He's voiced by John Leguizamo, and Gor Koresh, instead of giving him the information, he and his goons try to surround the Mandalorian to steal his armor. That didn't work out too well. The Mandalorian pretty much killed everybody in the bar, and then he had Gor Koresh tied up by his feet upside down, which he got the information from him that way. Now, the information that he got from Gor Koresh led him back to Tatooine, a planet we're all familiar with. While on Tatooine, he comes across Pele and her droids. Now, I like characters like Pele because she's not with the dark side or the light side. You know, she doesn't do the force, or she's just a hustler. She's sitting there. She's a mechanic. She got her droids. She get her money. Everybody leave her alone. She's just a normal hustler, person that exists in this world. And I like stuff like that. But anyway, Pele, she shows him a map about Tatooine and tells him about this lost city where he'd probably be able to find his Mandalorian friend. And so he goes there, but instead of finding the Mandalorian, he finds this guy named Cobb Vann, who is wearing the old Boba Fett armor. Now, this was significant to me in the sense that it's showing me the attitude they have for this season. If you're having Boba Fett armor in episode 1, like they didn't have any preludes to it or Easter eggs leading up to it halfway through the season. No, they're like episode 1, 20, 30 minutes into it, bam, here's Boba Fett armor right in your face. We're off to the races, that type of attitude. So it lets me know we're going to get a lot of major reveals and things that we probably didn't think we're going to see in this season. Just stay tuned. I think this is going to be actually be a really great season. Just from seeing that, I think that they're going to be very creative. Now, anyway, Cobb Vann and Mandalorian, they have a standoff because the Mandalorian is not going to let Cobb Vann just walk around in that Mandalorian armor. So he basically tells him, take it off or I'm going to kill you. And this is all interrupted because a crate dragon wreaks havoc through town. I'm talking about rummaging through. Kind of reminds you of that old school movie Tremors because it's underground. It pokes its head out at the last second, grabs this big ass moose looking thing. I'm forgetting the name of it, but he grabs it, takes it underground, eats it, and then that's the end. But Cobb Vann and the Mandalorian come up with a deal. If the Mandalorian was to help Cobb Vann kill that crate dragon, then he would return his Mandalorian armor. And so they went off. They were traveling through the sand and through the mountains, looking for this crate dragon because Cobb Vann said he knew where his home is. And while they're on the way to try to kill the crate dragon, they come across the Sand People. And the Sand People and the Mandalorian, they start communicating and come to find out the Sand People want to kill the crate dragon as well. So then they made a deal. If the townspeople, Cobb Vann, the Sand People, and the Mandalorian all team up, they can kill the sand dragon together. And that's what they did. They actually had a nice plan where they loaded bombs and spears and arrows. They tried everything, laser guns and blasters, you name it. They were trying to do everything. But this armor of this crate dragon was just, you can't penetrate it. It's just too tough. So at the last minute, the Mandalorian, he came up with a little bit of innovative way to kill him. He had the crate dragon swallow him up along with some bombs, and then he blew it up from the inside. And that's how they defeated it. Now, right after they killed it, the Sand People immediately got to salvaging the corpse, and they found this very expensive pearl that was inside of it. I guess that's a rare thing, but I think that's going to come into play sometime later on in the season. But the Mandalorian didn't really care. He was already up out of there. He got the Boba Fett armor, and as he's riding off, we get the biggest reveal of the Mandalorian series so far, Boba Fett himself. Looking on, I guess he was watching all this. He could have lent a hand sometime, but he was just looking on, watching all this. First of all, how the hell did he escape the Sarlacc pit? And two, why hasn't he gone after or gotten his armor back yet? Is he his old fighting self, or was he just too badly injured inside of the Sarlacc? So now he really can't fight. And the way he was able to save his life was to bargain with those I don't get some little creatures or whatever. He bargained with them. Here, I'll give you this armor if you save my life, give me water, and heal me or whatever. But I guess we're gonna find out, because I guarantee you that ain't the last time that we're gonna see Boba Fett in this season 2. All in all, I think this was the best episode of the Mandalorian series that we've seen so far. I've seen. Jon Favreau, he wrote it, he directed it, and you can tell. And I really hope that they let him do every episode. I don't like last season where they just came along and said, okay, we're gonna let this person direct the episode and that person and this person. It was sort of some SJW directing where they wanted this diverse director list of all these males and females of different races and all this shit. And it's like, no, we need a coherent idea, throughout the season. And I hope they stick with Jon Favreau, because if all the other episodes are like this one, then I'm gonna be locked in every episode. I love the Western theme. They had an old town saloon theme, of him walking through the middle of this town. That was prevalent throughout the whole episode, that whole Western theme. I like that. I like the great creatures that they had. These little rat looking things were cool, and of course, Pele and her droid. So all in all, we got a little bit of everything in this episode with some action. The Mandalorians, they used their rockets. They flew around with their jetpacks. I mean, you got a little bit of everything in this episode. So yeah, hopefully episode 2 is just as good as this one. But anyway, that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Was you feeling this episode, or did you not like it at all? I love Cobb Vanth. I love John Leguizamo doing Gor Koresh. Like, it was just an all-around great episode. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. It's much appreciated, y'all. And I'll catch your ass out there in this universe. Peace.